and the goal is to bring you your next favorite band.
Sweet, that intro is my new favorite band. That's phenomenal. I'm so excited to be on.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that you might be able to play that song live today.
You heard correctly. Yes.
Excellent. So,
good enough for rock.
I don't know when I rock out here on your next favorite band show.
And listen, it's going to be everybody's favorite band.
Like, Phil, you weren't supposed to make me get all... God almighty,
but this
Phil.
is why we do it.
Like, seriously. I gotta gather myself. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Welcome to your next favorite band. That's both the show title and our promise to you. We here at Stereophilia Studio are tireless in our pursuit of finding incredible, genre-defiant artists who are either a hot up-and-coming band or a group that has been delivering for years but have flown under the radar. Day 9 of the Musikfest 2025 daily live streams from Godfrey Daniels. Today we have 49 Burning Condors and ARKAI. Each month, we will bring you live streams, audio podcasts, and perhaps even a live concert where you can listen to the stories and hear the music of artists personally curated by us based on what we feel will be worthy of your time. Be sure to subscribe and tune in to each episode because the possibilities are endless and you never know who will be your next favorite band. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Philip Reese, joined by guest co-host
Jeff Wentz.
And you are listening to
Your next favorite band.
It's very official. You're just perfunctory.
We got a lot to do today.
We do. We are on a tight schedule, and we also got to get back to the fest. We already enjoyed ARKAI, Roy and the Secret People.
Yes.
And we were able to meet up with Knotz and Christine Elise. They were going to go on at 2. We were going on at 2. We're like 10 minutes late. My apologies. But you know what? It's showbiz.
That's what happens.
Some important things to cover off the top here. Foot, much better. Much, much better.
Did taping it help?
Taping it, not as much as medicine. And I don't mean like painkillers or other mind-altering options. It's antibiotics, because there was a bit of an infection going on. Don't know how, no cut, no nothing. So, yeah, right, yeah. Don't worry, though, I'm on medicine. I'm not contagious. Yeah, foot much better. Secondly, more of a PSA, there will be no condors harmed in this episode.
True.
Yeah. True. So there will be no burning of anything, nor condors. But I can't wait to chat with 49 Burning Condors. Gothic witch rock from Philadelphia.
First time.
First time on the show. Yeah. So we're excited for that. We also have ARKAI here. But what we always do off the top is share our picks of the plots. Do you know what today is?
Saturday?
That is accurate.
Okay.
It is, though, however, more importantly, All Faves Day.
That's correct. That's correct.
So normally, I'll show you yesterday's list. So normally there's 1 fave and 4 additional people who you should want to have on your lineup, but like 1 we're highly recommending. Today, it's literally all 5 are in the fave category. Couldn't not do it. All 5 have been on the show before. All 5 have also been part of like either other events of ours. So here they are. Noelle, Pepperwine, Dirty Dollhouse, ARKAI, and Knotz and Christine Elise. So Cass was part of Listen to the Dissonance. Pepperwine was part of our very first inaugural No Planet B Jamboree. Dirty Dollhouse played my wedding.
I was there.
You were there. ARKAI, we haven't had you part of like an event yet.
No weddings yet.
Right. Maybe Christine and I should just renew our vows and then we'll have them play that.
Yep.
But episode and been on this is your 3rd time on the daily live streams from Godfrey Daniels, and just all sorts of other, friendly, friend of the show, we'll say. And then Knotz and Christine Elise, part of the first Listen to the Dissonance.
Yes.
So such a lovely, lovely lineup. Cass is already on. She's playing from 1 to 4, so she's already got about an hour into her set. That's another reason why we got to get this done. So we get over there. So she's on from 1 to 4. Pepperwine is also on right now, but they play again at 4 o'clock. Dirty Dollhouse on at 6. ARKAI, like we said, they played at noon. We caught that, and then we're going to catch it again 6:30 at Main Street. And then Knotz and Elise also playing right now. So 3 of the 5 are actually on the stages right now, but playing again later. Knotz and Elise on at 7 at later Platz. Then what we've been highlighting a little bit, to my chagrin. Is chagrin a word? Is that a good word? I'm annoyed. Is that an annoyed word?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Or don't at me. But I've been highlighting these Musikfest Magic, which is the bands who it's astonishing they were able to put on a free stage.
That's correct.
Normally ticketed. So 2 days ago, 9 days were on the stages, and we highlighted them. YouTube conveniently took my episode down because I used their music. Yesterday, we highlighted MKTO, same thing. So if you're looking at my current lineup, it goes from day 6 to day 9 because I've disputed days 7 and 8, and they won't put them back until they agree it's fair use. So a little behind the scenes there.
So that's why I'm doing the karaoke.
But yes, you are going
instead.
to instead of playing the Augustana music, you're going to have Jeff Wentz sing Boston. Yeah. No, we're going to try it again and just see. It's so dumb because it's not anybody who's sitting there going like, that's an infraction. It's some bot AI nonsense that's saying you're not supposed to use that music. But
You're promoting it.
Not only it would to commentary, and even if I was saying it was bad music, I'm still allowed to use it. But I'm saying it's possibly your next favorite band. They're playing tonight. Go down and see it. The people who are blocking this should not want to block it.
Well, there is no people blocking.
That's exactly the point.
answer.
So anyway, I'll dispute it. 30 days from now, they'll agree with it. But it's too late, knuckleheads. I tried to tell you to go down to see the show, but it was a month ago. Anyway, whatever.
Damn the robots.
Correct. But the music's too good to not highlight. So again, I'm doing it. It's for the music.
That's right.
Okay. So let's get into some of the. Well, wait. First, anything for you to share? Second time festing?
Second time pesting.
So first time around, classic shirt you wore. Festival rookie.
Festival rookie. Yes.
But like we talked about earlier, that's there's only
One
one bullet
and
in that chamber. So you're wearing my shirt today. Super thank you for that. These are
your,
available.
Not your actual shirt. Like we didn't like. switch
Correct.
shirts
That is yours. Too big for
earlier.
me.
Yeah.
Jeff is a tall human. But these shirts are available should you be interested in one. We can sell them if you're interested and you're a fan of the show. You just ask for it. I'll give it to you. But
I find the extra large is a very nice size.
it's a nice size. But we have all sizes. We have hats and other fun things, stickers.
Yep.
But anyway, that wasn't supposed to be a commercial. I just wanted to say thank you for wearing the shirt. And then also, any commentary from the fest this year? You've been here since Thursday, so you've done 2 full days of festing.
That's right.
Today's day 3. Any things to share?
Weather, absolutely fantastic.
Oh my God, could not ask for better weather.
2 years ago, it's kind of hot.
Yes,
Flooding.
hot. That's actually synonymous with Musikfest. This year's a unicorn.
Weather's been fantastic.
A very pretty unicorn
Music
with low
has
humidity.
Been, music has been fantastic. Seeing bands that I'm like, oh, I don't remember that band, and then I listen to them like, wait a minute, I remember 2 years ago we were here.
Yep.
We were here watching this band, and they were finishing the last 2 songs.
Yep.
I think it was Kozer, right?
Kozer, yes.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, no, I do remember them. We'd actually talked to them, and
Yes.
we chatted with them for like 15 minutes.
And she was on the show yesterday before
And
her
so
set.
it was really kind of cool to kind of see new bands and then see bands that I had seen before.
Yep.
Coming from Dallas, obviously, and that would be Dallas, Texas, not Dallas, PA.
That is true. We do have a Dallas here.
To clarify,
Correct.
I don't typically get to see a lot of these bands that are playing here.
No, but that's the fun part about like whether you follow them on social media or even the app Bands
Right.
in Town. If you follow them on there, it'll tell you, oh, they're coming and performing, within whatever radius you set.
And I have seen a fest band
Yeah.
down in downtown Dallas.
Yep.
Because of your show and different musicians
So
that
cool.
you've highlighted, and took my daughter to it. We had a fantastic time.
That's so cool. Very, very cool.
She bought the shirt. She bought the album. She did the whole thing. Well, actually, I bought the shirt. I bought the album.
For her.
Let's be honest.
On
Yeah.
behalf of her.
That's right.
You had her proxy.
She had my wallet. I don't know
But yeah.
how that works.
I think that's the same thing. Anyway, so we're going to play a song from each one of these bands. Cass, Pep, Dirt, R, Kuf, Og. So we're going to start with, and so here's the other thing too, is since these people have been part of our show in some other ways, a lot of what I have to share today are not exclusively, but a lot of them are recordings from the events they've done with us.
Yeah.
And so if you tuned in Thursday, Cass was a guest on the show, and she played a song that she wrote this week. And it's a running kind of thing that she's now committed to the bit on. She's been on the show 3 times, and each time she wrote a song the week prior. Somewhat to like, oh, I should have some new stuff. Let me write something brand new. Right. So she had a new song this week. The last time it happened was for Listen to the Dissonance, and she wrote and finished the song called Traumatized Man. She has a heartbreaking but heartwarming story. She's been through a lot. Yeah. So you should go check out the interview with her to kind of get the backstory. But this is a nice clip, too, because Listen to the Dissonance is something I'm so honored to be connected to. It's something we created 2 years ago. This last year was the 2nd annual. We already have a date for the 3rd annual. We'll talk about this afterwards. But it's really becoming a very special evening where we bring people together to listen to 4 musicians talk about their mental health journey and play music that stems from those struggles and hopes. And so this was her. There's a little bit of us chatting and then a little bit of her performing to give you a flavor of what that night is like. So here is Cass Noelle and Traumatized Man from Listen to the Dissonance 2025. Lehigh Valley's own Cass Noelle. And you meet your second husband. Well, he wasn't your husband yet. That was weird.
Right, yeah.
But you meet this person and it's an instant match.
Very quick, yeah. Which now looking back, it was probably love bombing. But I didn't know any better. No, but when he was healthy, he was my best friend. He very quickly became my best friend. And we hiked together, we did everything together, I went to the gym,
And he was open with you about his past.
Yes, yeah, he was a recovering heroin addict. He was a military veteran, and when he left the service, he had some injuries and was prescribed pain pills. And when those ran out, heroin was cheap. When I met him, I believe he was 4 years sober at the time, and doing very well. And had all these pillars in place to keep himself on the right path. So we fell in love, got married, got pregnant like a second later. And in that time, things started declining, and I could see that he was really struggling.
I'm going to do one I wrote last week, if that's okay. Because every time I meet with Phil, I just write a song like the day before. That's how it works. There were a lot of things, a lot of ways that I enabled my husband, either out of misunderstanding, I didn't even know that I was, or out of just fear for my safety and the safety of my daughter. There comes a point where I realized, you're going to do this thing that you want to do, and I can put up a fight, and that means abuse of some kind, or I can peacefully go to bed with my child and deal with whatever it is tomorrow. So it's a song, what am I going to call it? Traumatized Man. And it's kind of angry, but it's me coming to the realization that I can't heal someone else, which I think is important for all of us. So hopefully I can remember how it goes. Here's Traumatized Man. Gave you my credit card for pills from Canada. Watch you waste away all of your savings to fill the cravings in your heart. Did everything I could. Some things I never would to keep the peace you seek, but it just left me feeling empty.
So just what you come to expect from Cass. They're just gorgeous vocals, amazing lyrics, brave, and a special experience.
Yeah, no, it was great to meet her earlier this week.
Yeah.
When she was on the show.
Yep.
Debuting another song that she wrote.
Yep. We're 3 for 3
for your show, and it was a kind of a continuation of this of this journey that she is on, and it was very moving, and we had some teary eyes in the audience just listening to her.
Of course,
share her soul and her heartbreak with us.
Yeah, so
really amazing.
Yeah, like we said, she's already on the stage. She's playing until 4, so you still have an hour and a half plus to get to it. And if you can't see her today, for whatever reason, maybe you're not close to Bethlehem or you're not planning on going to the fest today, look up her catalog, check out her website, follow her on social media, and she has some new music. Like she has one song out there, but there's more coming. She's going to release an EP soon. So there is Cass Noelle. So next we're going to highlight Pepperwine. We said they're playing right now. They're about to wrap their set at 2:30, but they're on again at 4. So this is not a prior recording, but there's a funny short story to share. But they recorded these songs. They released like 3 or 4 from their home. So this is almost Pepperwine Platz in New Jersey, where they recorded these songs, and this is their track called Bad Vibes.
All right, let's do it.
Such a cool vibe to the Pepperwine sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of disco funk, but yet still modern.
It's tough to be unique.
Yeah.
With music nowadays, there's a lot of sounds that are the same, and to try to find that kind of unique space, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the funny story is Brees is the lead guitarist. That's Kelly. She's the lead singer. They're the predominant songwriters, and they were one of the early supporters of the show, actually, before it was even called Your Next Favorite Band, when it was on Lehigh Valley with Love. And they joined our holiday show before it was even called the Winter Wonder Jam. But we just asked.
Concussion.
That's exactly what I was going to share. It happened basically right where he's standing. He got the Christmas concussion right there. And if you want to, I think there's an edited highlight of that. So if you want to know more about the Christmas concussion, just go search that up. It's hilarious. So funny.
Was it a band?
It was, yeah. He was just getting up to check something or change something over or whatever. He stood up and he just cracked his head on the light that was there, because probably it was usually a table was there, so he wasn't used to it being in the way, and just smashed his head. He was totally fine. It was no concussion, but it was just a really funny moment. But like we said, later on today, 4 o'clock, later Platz, which is the Sun Inn Courtyard. You can catch some Pepperwine. Next up is Dirty Dollhouse. This is a recording, not from something we did. They played on the Levitt stage a few years ago, and it's actually the same stage they're on today. It's called America Platz during Musikfest. So this is the same stage, most likely the same setup. It might be a 4-piece. This is a 3-piece. And this is just a short clip, but it's it's probably my favorite song of theirs. But as people know, I'm a massive fan of Dirty Dollhouse. Yep. This is her song called Hollywood Love Song. It'll get cut out of the shot now, but there's a couple dancing so sweetly with no one else up at the stage. So it's this really sweet thing. Yep. It's just they did just the reckless abandon of whatever moment they were feeling, and the beauty of this song. They were just dancing, and it was so cool.
Yeah, I don't remember at what point during your wedding that she played this song. I remember hearing it and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Why is this not like in some movie? You know,
Yes.
it'd be great like closing credits or
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
part of a score or something. It's just the lyrics. It's just fantastic. I love
Yeah.
it.
And what I always kind of share is how beautiful her voice is. To me, it sounds like if you took Roy Orbison and Joni Mitchell and combined them. It's like so good.
Absolutely.
But she just has that soaring Roy Orbison kind of like just angelic attribute to her vocals. And then she's a phenomenal songwriter. So definitely check that out. We're going to skip past ARKAI actually and use their song later on as a transition to bring them on the show. But as a reminder, they are on from, they played earlier today, but they're going to be on the Main Street stage at 6:30. So let's jump to Knotz and Christine Elise. They have this kind of compilation of music. So I'm going to just hit play and we'll kind of bounce around a little bit. But there's a commercial at the beginning that this part of this video I use a lot because it's a great representation of the music. And I always let that play just so, since I'm using their video, they might as well get some pop for it.
Hey, welcome to Urban Jungle, your local South Philly plant store. We're happy to host this live session in our upstairs greenhouse. Come check us out if you're ever in the neighborhood.
Peace. What's good, y'all? I'm Knotz.
I'm Christine Elise.
We are here live, Urban Jungle in South Philadelphia.
Yes.
Welcome. Before we jump into our set, we like to take a few moments to relax and ground our energy.
So this is often what they lead with, because it's just called intro mantra. And again, if you don't know Knotz and Christine Elise, Christine is a harpist, and he is an MC. So he lays down beats and raps, and she adds harp string to it. One of the most insanely cool experiences. So they
today we plant the seeds.
They're about to finish their Lager Platz stage performance, but they're back on again at 7 later Platz. And this is one of the things I try and like really point out. The coolness of ARKAI and the coolness of Knotz and Christine Elise are actually happening at stages that are maybe a minute or two walk. It's one of the rare opportunities to basically try and match these up because they are very much overlapped, starting at 6:30 and 7. But they're so close that you can either bounce between the two or you can see kind of a little bit of one and a little bit of the other and back, whatever. Be very, like, it's a shame that they're on at almost the same exact time, but because of the proximity, you can almost make it happen.
No one can distract you from this moment.
Very excited. This is some of the stuff. It's like, if this is the first time you're seeing some of these bands, I'm almost jealous of that. I'm just gonna zip forward a little bit here.
That house, all the hipsters.
That's another great song called Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's Philadelphia.
Yeah, so she adds vocals in addition to the strings. So great. You definitely gotta check out Cliff and Christine.
Yeah.
Have you seen them before?
No, not live. I've
Okay.
only seen them through.
Can't wait.
I think I watched this specific show.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. And then lastly, just real quick, let's bring in some Augustana. They were a huge band in like late 2000s, early 2010s. Released about 6 albums. This was their most popular song called Boston.
Do you need me to give like a count?
Yeah, right. If we just talk over it, I'm sure we'll be okay. But it's such beautiful music.
In the light of the sun.
This is also like a lot of the people for the other ones, 9 Days, MKTO, probably Augustana, like, I don't know that band. Then you play the song and I'm like, oh, I know that band. Really well. Just didn't know it. But phenomenal musicians, amazing catalog. This is another one you'll want to go check out and see. The nice part is it's a good wrap to the night, 9:30 on America Platz.
and you might still be saying to yourself, I still don't know this song. But when the chorus hits, you're about, oh, yeah. They kind of have the fray sound, but no, like How to Save a Life. And I think that might have been why they weren't quite as, like, they did not pierce as much popularity as other bands, perhaps only because sonically it was a little close. But why one makes it and the other one doesn't is so hard to understand or figure out or predict. Hopefully that's why a show like this exists, to make sure you don't miss a good one. So yeah, Augustana tonight, 9:30, America Platz, Levitz. So before I get another stream shut down, we're going to end that music. Jeff, any closing thoughts? Anything that you would want to share? Tips for festers? Food to make sure you get?
I haven't had any bad food yet, so
Nope,
I'm not
true,
sure
true,
I could point anybody in the wrong direction. I think you look at the schedule. There's so many different bands.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a little overwhelming.
Yep.
But kind of printing out the schedules, because I'm old school, or going to the app or anything that allows you to kind of say, okay, let's plan out our day, because otherwise I think it can be a little overwhelming. When
100%.
I'm here for the first time, it's kind of like, I don't know, how do I choose? Where do we go?
Yep.
So it is, and then obviously your song list that you put together of all of the bands.
Yep.
It's
Picks
also
of
a
the
great
plots.
way. Yep.
Yeah.
It's also a great way to kind of learn about everything that's going on. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being on today. We're going to
Thanks for having me.
transition over to 49, Burning Condors. I always feel like I have to say it like that. But here's a track of theirs called Noonday, and we're going to use this to transition to bring them on the show. So enjoy.
Slipped into my dreams. She was a little girl. She taunted me. And when I woke, the walls were red. Got mud in my mouth, mud in my mouth, mud in my mouth.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Kimber and Chris from 49 Burning Condors. This song is about to explode, and unfortunately we lowered it and we're going to talk over the top of it, but definitely find yourself like an evening where you've got really good headphones, throw this video on, and just bathe in the awesome. But while this is on, let's talk about, Gothic witch rock is a wonderful explanation. That is just rich with description.
Thank you.
And then you listen to it, you're like, yep, that's a really good way to describe that. But give us just a little bit of backstory of the band, how it kind of came together, and like just the sound and like what the inspiration around all that is. And I would love to maybe even slide into the video and the yeah, for sure, because it's stunning. If you're listening, like if this is a podcast that you're listening to the audio only, you got to check this video out. Anyway, so anything you can share?
So, I mean, Gothic witch rock wasn't our first nomenclature. Like the idea came from I like blues music. Kimber here is a very, very beautiful vocalist. So we kind of combine like that Delta blues with like very, very, very like angelic harmonic voices.
A musical theater background,
yeah,
so it's
very
a little
cool.
dramatic
I
as well.
oh yeah, and then it just blew up, and then it was just like, well, I like scary movies. Let's just start getting weird.
Just lean right into all of that.
We
yeah.
both kind of found that right.
Yeah.
And our drummer is a jazz drummer, and our bassist is death metal,
Yeah,
and our
just-
violinist is from country music. So you can hear all of these
It
different.
was a challenge finding bandmates, and they're like, I've never played, like, what is this?
So
And I was like,
yeah.
I'm
like,
sorry.
You'll define. You just...
Can you help me define witch rock?
Yeah, I mean, originally we were like Southern Gothic. I was like, Southern Gothic's like I was like, that for me makes sense, but that didn't work at all.
No.
And in fact, it
Because
was
you might
somebody-
start thinking like Black Crows or
That's
something
what I
like
mean.
that.
And
yeah.
then somebody, an
From
audience
the
member,
audience member,
yelled witch rock at us
I
when
was
we were playing
trying
the show.
to say, yeah, we are and I was
Yeah.
stumbling over different genres and we were performing. and someone just goes, "Witch Rock!"
And
I was
And like the record went.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that
Nailed it.
That's the freeze frame moment in the biopic where it's like, and that day changed. Magic showed up from the crowd and all that.
And then like the earth split open
Yeah.
and dragons
Yeah.
flew out.
Yes.
Anyway,
See that again.
yeah, but awesome. And so the video. Before it finishes out,
Yeah.
let's talk about the images that we're looking at.
Okay, so it's 3 parts essentially. We got this artist named Anastasia to do the kind of witchy video. So
Yep.
every time you see, she went all out. So you had like mirrors. It was essentially just really good costumes, a smoke machine, and mirrors. But she killed it. I mean, it was amazing. So then on top of that, we also recorded Kimber here just basically singing to the song over, and then not the coolest, but one of my favorite aspects of it is, and this was all props to our amazing photographer, Eric. He took, because it wasn't like coming together, he took our video to his buddy's house, and his buddy had this old CRTV with those like big fuzzy pixels on them, and he hooked, I don't know how he did it, he hooked up his laptop to it, and then they just set up a camera, pointed it at the TV, and one person was just hiding behind the camera, and every time they would just like
Glitching
jiggle
it.
the wires,
Sure.
And so all the distortion effects on it are actual VHS like distortion
Fantastic.
effects. And it made it a lot easier to edit because then you don't have to add that stuff.
Yeah, you're not
I
looking
don't know
for
how to do that.
pristine.
Yeah, I
like-
don't know how to
like
edit a video.
It's almost
so
like
I
a
was just
fuzzy
like-
guitar. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
We did it like, I think it was like 12 takes, and then we were just like, ooh, that ended up being cool. Some of them were just blur, and that was basically it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. It's beautiful. And then you have other good videos as well, and tons of awesome catalog to play. But I find, so I've done the show now for 3 years. 2 questions I find to be the most kind of boring or pedestrian that I hear other people talk about is, oh, what'd you do during COVID? Now, sometimes it's
We
an
made that
interesting
horrible video.
Right. It's like right, yeah. Well, I almost like thought my career was over, but thanks for bringing that up.
We made the darkest music.
Exactly. But so I avoid that one unless through my research I learned of something very important during that time frame. I'll say, oh, this, whatever. And I'm not trying to say I got this figured out, but for me, as I listen to other podcasts, I'm like, oh, come on, you're just sleepwalking. But anyway, the other one is like, where does the band name come from? But this one is just so intriguing that I think we're going to have to spend some time here. So if I can make a guess, I'm figuring the whole band is sitting
this
around.
Is fun. I like that. I like the guessing.
Right. And, you've got a nice burning fire of condors. And you're like, what do you think? Another condor? And you're like, there's 47 or 48.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, one more. And then someone's like, do you think one more? And you're like, all right, now you're going too far.
Yeah, so close.
Right. So
close
like
to the real story.
49-ish. Fine,
The cops-
50,
the cops
a bridge
are still
too
looking
far.
for us.
But that's the image in my head is like, if someone said one more and they'd be like, no, this is fine. 49's perfect.
No, so it's actually based off of a true or a.
Well, don't say it's true because it's going on the internet. And I have no idea.
The story is.
There's literally 2 people watching. We're fine.
They Google it once and then we're done.
It is on. You can Google it.
It is
the
there.
story does exist.
I haven't dug deep.
It's a story about
purposely.
Johnny Cash. He actually drove.
I did. So that was not on my 49 Burning Condor bingo card. Was a mention of Johnny Cash, but this is fantastic.
He drove his truck into a field. Got out, went to the bar, because his truck broke down. His truck set on fire, and it was actually a nature preserve for condors.
Yeah,
and
for a
49
specific-
of them died, set on fire. So
Wow.
he almost.
And it was an
caused the
endangered
extinction.
condor
Yes.
species.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
Johnny Cash single, and again, I don't know if the Cash estate should not try to sue us, please. Allegedly, we don't know. But
It's true for somebody.
for somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us it is. It's just wild to think that Johnny Cash almost made a breed of condors extinct. That's the craziest sentence I've ever heard in my entire
Right.
life.
Yes.
So somebody said like 49 burning condors, and I was like, oh, that's a fun band.
That is
name.
I have said
And
it
it just stuck.
before this year. I'm like, you can stop trying to create band names.
Yeah.
The greatest one has ever been
Well,
made.
it is tough, though,
49
'cause
burning
we've
condors.
had people be like, I love 47 burning condors. It's like, you're so close.
Right, yeah,
Too
right,
old. I wonder who that band is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, they would stink. This one's great.
2 more?
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, it's like I said, I love it. First of all,
it's a unique one. For
yes,
sure.
and then secondly, there was one of those where I don't typically do this, but we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, we've had people try to talk us out of it and be like, "You can't do that. You got to do like a real band name." And I was like, "I don't want to do a real band."
Tell them to shut the hell up.
And you get other people that just absolutely love it.
Yeah. I don't know how you don't. Like,
it's good stuff.
It's
Good
fantastic.
story too behind it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I always like to also hear a little bit about your personal journey. So, like, if you don't mind, like, where did music come into your life? A lot of times it's like, I was 2, but we always love to hear, like, where did it start, and then, like, how has that kind of led you to this iteration of your musical career?
Yeah, so I was 2.
Yeah. Research pays off.
My parents did say that I was, like, singing almost before I was talking.
Yep.
So I started taking vocal lessons probably when I was 6, 7 years old, piano lessons, did musical theater, then got trained in opera when I was in college.
That's awesome.
So yes, long history. And then I stopped doing music altogether after college. It just kind of fell off my radar. I caught up in my 20s. You know, that's what you're doing.
Yep.
And then I met this fool. And
this
all right.
Condor burner.
And then he was performing in Philadelphia. They had booked him for a gig, and he thought the gig was only for instrumentals. And we had been friends for a long time. He had never heard me perform, and then they were like, "Actually, can you get a vocalist?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I just moved to Philly. I don't know anybody." And I was like, "I don't know. I could sing for you if you wanted." I think he panicked because he was like, "I've never heard her sing before."
Right? Yeah.
He's like, "This could go terribly."
Right. Yeah. Just somebody's just like, "Oh, I'll sing."
Yeah.
Little do you know,
So he
massively
trained in opera.
Right.
So he was like, "Oh, let's go record like a little something first." I was like, "Sure."
Right.
And I
How about
started
Ave Maria?
Right, yeah. I was like, "Okay, sure, whatever." And so we did, and he was like, "We're starting a band." Like that's
really how it happened.
Like within the first meter.
Yeah. It was so funny. At first, it was just like, it's just gonna be us, and then we were like, we need a bassist. I was like, I know a bassist, and then we were like, we need a drummer, and I was like, all right, let's blow it out.
Our producer.
But so how long ago was that moment?
18.
Very cool.
2018.
Yeah. And then what'd you do during the pandemic? I'm kidding.
We go to a really, really dark album.
Right.
Yeah, we wrote a very dark album.
Right. And so how about yourself?
So I wasn't 2. I think I was 11 or 10, and I wanted to do guitar lessons because my friend was doing guitar lessons, and then they kind of dropped off, and I kind of stuck with it. And I just played music all throughout high school and college and after college, and it was in and out of bands, local bands, all over the place. And I played a plethora of genres. I really like blues. I always have. It's just always, I love Delta Slidey blues. But
that's my favorite too.
But I also was in like a metal band, a prog band. Like there's just, it's music.
Totally. You want to experiment and play around with all those different genres.
I love music. So, and one of my favorite things is soundtracks to movies too. I love like kind of the feeling
So have you heard
of a story.
It's a little bit of a sidebar.
Sure.
Have you heard some of the music from Sinners, the movie that just came out?
yes.
So that's kind of in this same
we got a lot of texts when that movie came
Sure, that doesn't shock me at all.
All of our friends were
because
like,
it's blues.
Every single one of our
and
friends
then it's this
horror
Gothic-y kind of horror movie. So there's definitely some very cool
that was a
crossover there.
I love that movie, but it was so funny because when that came out, I think like everybody that we know personally that saw it was like, oh, we're texting them. Like, so we got like 100 texts. Have you seen this movie yet? But yeah, great movie. Plug for Sinners. It's a little known movie.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's an indie film, I think.
I'm just putting on here so that we can put on the screen because I do owe you an apology that I couldn't have you on our faves of the day, like the picks of the plots, only because I tried to limit to 5, and those other 5 were like, I could, there's nothing I can do. I normally, but I'm trying to say, get down to the 49 Burning Condors set today.
Contractually obligated.
Right, exactly. So you're on at 4:30, right?
Yes,
4:30 at Ziesenplatz. I'll get it.
So I'll give you a quick little backstory. So that is named after, I believe it's Countess. It's a really cool name, von Zinzendorf.
We're gonna write a song.
Yeah.
My eyes just went black.
Well, yes, you should look it up. She was part of the Moravian community that was here, and one of the best parts about the Moravian community and culture was they did not differentiate male-female as far as who could do what.
This is so cool.
So like the schools, they taught both the boys and the girls.
people who were community leaders didn't matter. You could be either gender. So like that's another very cool part about our whole kind of foundation here in Bethlehem.
That's awesome.
And so this woman, Countess von Zinzendorf, was a leader of the community, and so the stage is named Zinzenplatz after her, and they try as much as they can to put female-fronted bands on that stage.
Oh,
this is amazing.
If our band wasn't already named 49 Burning Condors, we would be Countess von Zinzendorf. 100%.
That could be an album.
That's such a cool. That's my new side project. Countess von Zinzendorf.
But it will need to be polka music.
Yeah. Departure for sure.
But yeah, so that's why it's very cool whenever I see them do that. They obviously it's not exclusive. There's plenty of male-fronted bands that go on the stage, but wherever they do see a very like powerful female, either fronted or full female band, they try to like they much as they can they want to put those on the Zinzenplatz
I'll try to tell
stage.
this story during our set today a little bit.
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely,
amazing.
you should because I learned about it I think last year for the first time. The stage is not very new, but newer. But I never knew that until 2 years ago. And I'm like, why are we not talking about that more?
That's the coolest story.
Yeah.
With a great name.
Yeah, it is. It's a very, very cool name. And a great stage, and you guys are absolutely going to crush it today.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have you said you could perform?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yesterday, for the first time ever on our show, we had a whistle. Like the guy played a song and he whistled during it. I'm like, that's the first time anyone whistled. Today, very, very first time we're ever going to have a 12-string guitar.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
So any of you who have never heard a 12-string guitar, prepare to have your ears blown out because it is such a rich, full sound, and you're gonna love it. Listen to that. I feel like I'm listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan. But let me put this up on the screen. I'm gonna step out. I always say no one wants to watch me, watch you. So that's a whole other channel on Twitch. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, 49 Burning Condors.
Jim Jones?
Jim Jones, let's do it.
All right, we're good. I ain't
Jim Jones on the devil, out on the edge of town, tending his garden thick with our foul sin. He yearned for a voice to still young Hazel's heart, raw enough to shake unwavering faith. The devil searches harvest
The angels did weep. The angels did weep. The angels did weep. The angels did weep.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
That was great. So if you want to see more of that, and it's a full band, right? It's more,
full band.
So a more electric rock version of that kind of music. Stop down to Zins and Platz at 4:30 today. Zins and Platz. And then anything we can help promote coming up this fall, music, shows, anything like that?
Yep, so we're releasing a single this fall. We're very excited. It's
Nice.
called Red Ribbon. We're performing it today. And then
awesome.
we're performing at the Vampa Museum up in Doylestown,
Doylestown.
Vampire Museum for Halloween on October 17th. 17th, yes.
Nice.
That's the one.
Great. And then there's other stuff coming up in December. So follow on social media, 49 Burning Condors, I'm assuming.
Yes, that's it.
I'm sure no one had that one.
No, it was free, amazingly.
But thank you both so much for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is bring in some ARKAI music for transition. Here's brand new stuff from them called Sundrifter. Oh yeah, definitely. Capturing it. That was a whole part of the one here. Thank you both again. Yeah, take care, man. So, welcome to the show, Philip with one L and Jonathan. Because we always say you can't have both Philips with two L's or one L. Like it's got to be a diversity.
The universe might explode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the same stage. So here we are, and holy shit, is this a great song? So we deliberately said, you asked me, you're like, don't watch it, just bring it up, and.
About to,
it's about to even get even better.
in like the next minute. Yeah, the next minute. Yeah.
So it's called Sundrifter.
Yeah.
I mean, you just continue, like, there always is, like, just the brilliance of, like, what you already have put out, and you're like, how are you going to do anything better than that? It's like, they will.
That's the only problem is, like, you kind of set the bar a little too high, and now it's like, crap, we have to do more.
Oh my gosh.
And then you do have these incredible videos too. It's kind of becoming like, where in the world is ARKAI?
Yeah, exactly.
Now you do travel internationally for the music. Oh my gosh! Is that like a pirate ship?
Yeah. That's an art piece. It was very conveniently located, and we got up at 4 in the morning.
Because does it normally have like tons of people on it?
Just looking up at the sun.
Oh yeah. The aesthetic of that.
Let's get an amazing drone shot with nobody.
Yeah. Well, now you can just kind of like use AI to erase them, but wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so that's fresh off the boat, as they say.
Fresh ARKAI.
Yeah, we just put that out.
I'm going to put this back on the bottom so that people know they can still see you perform today. Yeah, so tell us about that, the video and the music that's behind it and so on. Or I should say the music and the video that's behind it.
Yeah, Philip, you should talk about the music.
So, Sundrifter, right?
Yeah.
That is, it's a brand new track that we put out a week or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
And are we saving? Are we saving any surprises for later? The context of Sundrifter?
No, because we just announced that we're going to release an album on August 22nd, and Sundrifter is the second single as part of this album, and the album is called Brightside, and we actually announced the album today across all social media.
That's so cool.
And we shot something yesterday at Plaza Tropical. That's where we really announced the album.
That's so cool.
To the public. Yeah.
I mean, how honored we should all be that you do that here at Musikfest.
Well, it seemed fitting. We love this place, and you know, we always talk about how Musikfest was one of the first places to take a chance on us.
That's so cool.
When we played at Musikfest 4 years ago, we had never played in a festival before.
Yeah.
And over the last 4 years, it feels like we've really developed an incredible relationship with the festival and with the community out here, and it's always a date that we circle on our tour calendar.
And so Musikfest in and of itself has these like quirky things in a very good way. Sometimes it's quirky funny, and sometimes it's quirky interesting, and then sometimes it's quirky brilliant. And to your point about like most festivals not only wouldn't bring this on, but if they did, it wouldn't thrive. And from the moment you guys performed the first time, it has thrived. I'm actually on my phone, not to answer texts. I'm not like, ARKAI, whatever. It's actually to bring up, I'm trying to find the picture I took today of your first performance.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is. So I'm going to bring it in for a quick second because I think it's important to share if people are interested in going down to see your other performance. They're going to want
know what to expect.
They're going to want to get there early. So here, I'll bring it in. This is real-time choices we're making. Yeah, okay. I thought that might happen. The format's not right, but it's the largest group of people I've seen in the Lagerplatz. Because Lagerplatz, I was sharing with some people, has been incredibly curated this year. A lot of times it would be an opportunity to just give a singer-songwriter a stage, because most of the other stages are bigger, and it was like, you can't play these stages, let's put you on that stage, and it's a 30-minute set. So not that they was throwing them away, but it was like, it's a good time to give somebody who's maybe more local or whatever. But I'm guessing somebody had the idea of, let's put some more a draw, and the curated Lagerplatz lineup has been insanely good. To think about, you were on there at 12, Mike Roy and the Secret People were on there at 1, Knotz and Christine Elise at 2, and more down the line. But still, it doesn't totally draw, because it's this like in-between stage. Like you have a couple stages up the one way, Zinsenplatz and Plaza Tropical, you have Festplatz on the other way, and so it's this in-between transition stage. So it typically doesn't always draw a crowd. Unless it's raining. I shared that with you. I was like,
Yeah.
You get a big crowd if it's raining. But no rain this year, and certainly not at noon would you expect this kind of crowd. And you drew in tons and tons of people, because people love ARKAI. And then even if people don't know who you are, the sound just brings people in. That's like the Musikfest magic of drawing people in.
Absolutely.
So I have a feeling your 6:30 performance later on tonight will be massively attended. There's that
picture from a couple years ago.
That's what I was thinking.
We're going to beat that this year.
You're definitely going to beat that.
Yeah.
So if you want to see ARKAI, this will be one of the bigger draws. You're going to want to get down there.
Get there early.
Very early. And then, yeah, so like there's brand new music to hear. There's the old classics of yours that are just so brilliant to hear. And then everything in between. So the other thing I wanted you to kind of talk about is you have an amazing ability to select cover songs to do. So is that the other single that you released with Sounds of Silence?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was the first single that we put out kind of promoting the new album, Brightside. And that one also has an epic music video that we shot in this incredible like Gothic cathedral in New York City, surrounded by about 1,000 candles. And so it's just this
beautiful.
Really gorgeous. Logistically, kind of a nightmare. We discovered while we were getting ready for that, putting the batteries into 1,000 fake LED candles.
Oh, you didn't light them?
Oh my! Well, because that would have been a fire hazard. We would have gotten shut down by the fire department.
Would have been hot. Would have been a hazard.
Yeah. So.
You're holding wooden instruments.
Yeah, and we're a small indie team, so it's really just Philip, myself. We had a couple other people that day helping out, and our videographer. That's really it. But it's amazing what we're able to achieve. So that Sundrifter video, that was 3 people. It was Philip, myself, and our videographer shooting.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
So, anyways, dream big.
Yes.
Bring on people that you love and you trust, and go out and have a blast.
Fantastic. Yeah. And then, what did you close with today? Another cover that I love. Was it
Hallelujah?
Hallelujah. Yeah. I mean, again, you have such a way of not only grabbing these songs that fit, but then doing it in the ARKAI style and stuff. It's just very, very cool. Did want to spend a moment to also talk about the track that had no name until recently, because we have the audio here to share. It doesn't have a video, at least that I could have. But we have the song. Why don't you tell the story, and then I'll play the song.
Yeah, so the song, it's called Remembrance, and the way it came is I was literally like walking down the street in New York one day, and the melody just came to me. Don't want to seem like no, but it really did just come to me. I was walking down the street, and I
it's the reality of things. Yeah.
I think Sundrifter just came to you walking down the street or something, right? Or just
I was inspired by a concert I had seen, and then I started singing into a voice memo after that. And
so I did the same thing. I was walking down the street, something came, melody came to me. I
Divine,
whipped out my phone,
inspiration,
and I hummed the melody into my phone, and we ended up just really building this gorgeous cinematic track that, unbeknownst to me at the time, the melody really feels like traditional kind of American music. It reminded
Aaron Copland.
Aaron Copland, or we played this song. We have a cover of this song, Shenandoah. And we ended up writing this beautiful work. So, anyways, we didn't have a name at the time. We were touring.
When you played it at on the Levitt stage after the first that last album came out, you still didn't have a name.
I think we still didn't have a name at that point. Yeah,
that was the whole thing. And actually, I posted it on Instagram saying, "Hey, if you have a name,
really,
give us suggestions."
It was that fall when we went up and
we were on tour. We were in upstate New York. Like we always do, turn to the audience. We're like, we still don't have a name for this song, but if you have any ideas, please come and tell us. And Philip and I were just at the merch table afterwards, meeting fans, and this woman came up, and she was in tears, and she said, I think you should name that song Remembrance, because I just lost my husband a few days ago, and when I listened to that song, I remembered all the beautiful moments that we shared together. And we were just like, well, that's it, right there. It was so moving, and it felt really fitting too. And the more that we played that song, my God, the stories that people have come up and shared with us, and it heartbreaking.
Yeah, that power of music.
It really is the power of music.
Yeah. So let's give it a play, and there isn't a video, so you are gonna watch us watch them. But here's the track called Remembrance from ARKAI.
Can you scrub through this? Because we can probably just jump to a segment of it if you want.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe let's try jumping to a minute into it or something. Let's see.
It might be choking on it because we basically tried uploading it right before the show. Let me see if a different thing will play. Not sure what's going on. Well, maybe we're not going to be able to play it.
That's how technology rolls.
That's
sometimes.
okay.
Right, sometimes that happens. Let's move around a little bit. This is a section that I don't use as much, as you can see. And it also might have been the size of the file. Like
it was.
It
was
beefy.
Well, you know what? You all could go and pre-save the album. It's going that Remembrance will drop as part of our larger album Bright Side on August 22nd. Maybe in the meantime, Philip, do you have?
You want to put up Sound of
Yeah,
Silence?
do you have Sound of Silence? Could we listen to some of?
Or just pull it straight from YouTube?
That we can probably try to do that. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's go to YouTube.
Because as is our way of doing both tunes, both Remembrance and Sound of Silence, are extremely cinematic and epic, and so there's a. The sound palette is drawn. It's cut from the same cloth.
Should we also?
Absolutely.
Should we cut in like?
Yeah, we can do that. So let me hit play. Add the audio. Yeah. Okay. This will work.
So how about if you start? I mean, the intro is cool too, or you can cut into. So let's cut into about a minute in. Let's try that. Yeah, I mean it's a vibe. The whole video is a vibe. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. About here.
So yeah, that's gorgeous.
And there's the church.
Yeah, just wait.
Wow.
Imagine setting each one of those up and then having to tear them all down.
Yep.
The part of making music that you don't think about too often.
Oh, for sure. So beautiful.
But it's interesting, like contrasting this video with Sundrifter. I think it was pretty. The concept for this video was pretty. It came pretty quickly. We were like, oh, this is. It has this. Almost like a spiritual quality to it, the song, and so like kind of putting it in this setting of darkness and light, candles, the church atmosphere. We gotta watch this.
Wow. Always epic.
We always aim to have one like glory shot in every video. In Sundrifter, it's both. And here, it was that
it's
shot.
A hard thing,
yeah.
Once you introduce the epic, you kind of have.
You gotta stick with the bit.
Yeah.
It's like I always joke. It's like the T-shirts. The whole thing with the T-shirts, it always has something to do with what's going on, and now I can't like duplicate or anything like that. I have to just keep mine. I'm committed to the bit.
It's a real thing. Like after our last album, that was our first album, and we created 3 epic music videos, and I think it was always kind of a thing for both of us. Like, how are we going to top that?
Because you can't go backwards.
You can't, and it's like it's a similar concept, and so there are actually videos that we haven't released because it didn't quite
make the cut.
Right? It didn't live up to the ARKAI epicness.
Right.
And with these, honestly, the ideas just came to us, and it just worked out perfectly, and in a different way too.
Sure.
And I would like to think in a fresh and innovative way that really does justice to the music and the upcoming album. The last music video, which will drop on the day of the release, August 22nd, is unlike any other video.
That one's totally different. Different kind of direction.
Maybe that one's not so epic, but it is fun and weird, and it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. I'm gonna try this one more time. Will you work for us? It's so weird. I have used it before.
I'm gonna guess it was the size of the
It might
file.
have just been
Yeah.
too high quality.
It's too important of a thing. We do have one more song to share,
Oh, yeah?
but I was gonna have that play us out. But if you don't mind, this one of my favorite things is inappropriate humor, and especially in a moment of incredibly like sweet or touching or sad things, like just. It's actually kind of like a choice. Like Mel Brooks is like famous. Like the fact that he can make you laugh at Nazis or Germany or Hitler is a skill set, and there's an element to that that's just sheer brilliance. And so you were up.
Are you about to ruin our music?
I might be. In fact, it was Jeff and I. We were talking yesterday. He told me not to do it, and I was just like, maybe I won't, maybe I will, and I'm just like, I got to do it. So it has to do with remembrance. And so you're up there talking about it, and you explain the whole story that you just did.
Yeah.
And so you get to the point, basically you set it all up, and you're like, we wrote this song a long time ago. It's this beautiful melody. We just didn't know what to call it. We play it at this place, and this woman comes up to us and says, all the things that you just shared. And so you kind of said, and so then we knew what we had to call the song. So now I would like to play for you, Dead Husband. And it was... And I leaned in and I said that to him, and we're crying laughing. And you start playing that beautiful song. I had to walk out of the tent because I was like, I'm ruining this for a lot of people.
Wow. Wow. That's the kind of thing that you can't unhear.
Right.
And
so, yeah.
Every time someone listens to that.
But I was if that
Did you know that whether it's Philip or I telling the story, the other's just going to be thinking that on stage, and then we're going to have to try not to laugh as we're telling this very
most
profound story.
And the fact that you gave me the audio, I'm like, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but we're going to do it. And then,
well,
what has been said cannot be unsaid.
You can't unbake that cake.
We're setting ourselves up.
Now we know if we all need to.
This will be the last time ARKAI comes on the show. Not because of me, because they hate me now. Anyway, thank you for letting me tell that story.
Absolutely.
It was so like the set, and again, like I could picture a Mel Brooks movie or something where that's the thing, but no one laughs. Like
and they're all
the whole crowd's like, oh, that's so touching. But everyone who's watching is like, anyway. That was just. It was.
And then after we performed that, I literally turned to the audience and I said, "Thank you so much. I can't believe we're at a festival.
Yes.
That we can play a song like that, and all of you will listen so intently, except for you."
Except Phil Reese. No, in truth, though, I got myself composed because it is a stunningly beautiful song. I was honestly like so moved by it. The first time I heard it at the Levitt stage, and then last night again, I'm like, holy shit! Like the divine drop into your creative like muse was such a beautiful thing. I can't wait to see or hear the mastered version because it is beautiful. What I actually think about it, what I was hoping to kind of share, I was trying to hit play and I was going to talk over the top of it, is to me, I mean, we talked about it before you came on. You recently played the national anthem and then halftime of the Lakers during the playoffs. You are international travelers everywhere, so like you're doing incredible things. To me, though, that song should be played while like the Oscars is doing the reel of all the people who have passed away in the last year.
Good one.
Right.
I've thought that too,
so
actually.
Have you on the stage to play it, because that is exactly the person who gave you the suggested name is that is absolutely the bittersweet memory of people who you've lost.
Yeah.
Is like exactly what that song is without lyrics. Like it is just a stunningly gorgeous song.
Well, we'll see it now. It'd be great to be at the Oscars or the Grammys,
right?
Playing something like that.
And the thing we have to do is put these ideas out in the universe and manifest them. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I truly hope for that. Not the other one. Not the part
I think
that,
you might have just redeemed yourself.
I'm hoping I redeemed myself.
Yeah, one bad, one good.
Right,
there you go.
They
there
cancel each other out. And now I'm back, hopefully, allowing you allow me to have you back on the show in the future. Another great song, great Musikfest moment, and this is what will let us kind of play us out here. There's the song Dot the Dragon's Eyes. And I'll let you all talk about it, but it is this moments in Musikfest where you're like amazed by what you just witnessed. And you said other people talk about it as well. We've talked about it on this show before, but if this is the first time you're hearing it, why don't you share what happened that day, and then we'll play the song.
And this is Musikfest folklore at this
It
point.
is. It absolutely is. It is legend. But this is the great part is sometimes you feel it happening before it happens. And and again, I don't, actually I'm even better about it now than before, but I don't want to always take my phone out, but when you feel something magical happening, you're like, okay, so I was able to capture it, and this is proof that it happened.
Yeah, so this was 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, we were playing Main Street. It was hot. It was like middle of the afternoon.
The
90
sun
plus,
is beating down immediately on the stage. We're roasting. Everyone's roasting.
You know, we play about a third of the program, and things are going pretty well.
Yeah.
And then all of a
as
sudden,
some context, right? We're playing on our acoustic instruments, but we're also playing on our electric instruments, and our entire set is running through a bunch of equipment, a bunch of computers and stuff that allow us to make this cinematic sound.
Sure.
Very cinematic
Like
sound.
effects, not effects pedals, it affects us through the computer. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything crashes.
Right. Computers, electronics don't love heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overheated, crashed completely.
There was a space blanket, which I didn't know was a piece of fiction, but apparently is a thing that the astronauts use. There was like cups of ice with fans on it. Like,
they brought in like iced waters to put underneath
to try and get that thing to get cooled off.
But we had this.
None of it worked.
The show must go on. You can't just tell the
Exactly.
audience, "Hey, we're not going to have anything to play for you for the next 10, 15 minutes." If our laptop
Even if it comes back. Yeah.
So we kind of we plugged right in. And
Plan B.
We improvised, and we played this song, "Dot the Dragon's Eyes,"
which we hadn't played in a couple of years. Thank God we knew it. It's actually
But that speaks to the brilliance. Is exactly right. It's like you knew that these two extremely talented, brilliant creators were going to do this very special thing because, like you said, show must go on. Pull up the acoustic instruments that don't need electronics, and play a song off with those. And it was written by your college professor or something like that?
It was a friend of ours who's an incredible fiddle player.
Yeah.
And so it's a tune that she wrote. Her name is Hanukkah Castle.
Wow.
And so she wrote this tune. We had learned it from her husband by ear. But again, hadn't played it in a couple of years. But when we were thinking, what can we play without any of our equipment? And it's like, well, let's play Dot the Dragon's Eyes.
So, and that's the only part I didn't capture is you're basically kind of chatting to each other, not to the audience. Like, how about Dot the Dragon's Eyes? Like, do you remember that? I think so. How about this? Where do I start? That part's not captured, and then this is basically right when you start playing. So before I hit play, anything else we can help promote? I mean, we did touch on the brand new music that's coming out. Thank you for letting us talk about that. And then there's be tour coming up as well to support it.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody can just follow us at ARKAI Music on social media, at Spotify, anywhere you listen to your music, honestly, on YouTube. New music coming out, we're super excited about that, and then we're going on tour internationally, really, all over the United States, and so we hope we can see you at one of our tours.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Philip, Jonathan, thank you again. Hope I didn't ruin too much, but please enjoy Dot the Dragon's Eyes from ARKAI.
All right, Phil, let's say goodbye to everybody.